In this video, we will be starting with the class 12 first unit, that is reproduction. This unit contains 4 chapters. In that, the first one will be a general introduction for the reproduction process in different types of organisms. Second chapter, it includes the reproduction in the angiosperms. Third chapter talks about the reproduction in human beings, and the fourth chapter is about the reproductive health. Clear? Okay. So now let us start with the first chapter of the reproduction unit in the class 12 segment. So the first chapter is reproduction in organisms. Okay, reproduction in organisms. Now, before going into any details of the reproduction process, first let us understand what is the meaning of reproduction. As the word itself carries its meaning, re and production. The process of producing a similar type again and again. That is the definition of reproduction. And we consider reproduction is one of the life processes. Now, it is not inevitable for our process to continue, sustain the life, right? But still, we consider the process of reproduction as important as all other life processes. Now, what is the reason behind it? Why reproduction is so important for any species to survive? Definitely, it is having few very important aspects that is required for the total life process, the total life cycle of an organism. The first and foremost importance of reproduction is the sustenance of the species. So without the production again and again, how a species is going to survive? The species will never survive. So it has to produce many numbers, many copies of its own type. That is the first and foremost. Second, the evolutionary process, variations, changes that is happening, how that is going to be carried out without a reproduction process. So reproduction is important with respect to the changes has taken place, the evolutionary process, the variations that has taken place, and the sustenance of the species. But there is one more thing, the very important concept in reproduction process is every single individual, every single organism has a natural tendency of being recognized by the other communities or the other organisms surviving on earth, right? So that is the in compared to all the importances, this comes first for any organism, right? So being recognized by the community. Suppose if I ask you give me some examples of animals and plants, immediately what the answer you will get? Definitely, you will give me the answer like the cow, dog, cat, or horse, so many organisms, so many animals that you see in and around yourself. Similarly, the neem tree, the papaya tree, banana tree, mango tree, all these names will come to your mind. But immediately, you will never say the name of cactus. You will never say the name of pine tree. You will never say the name of a plant which is found in the the polar regions, or it is found in the tropical regions or temperate regions, which you are not aware of, right? So it all depends on the number and their distribution. Why did you why the thing comes to your mind that the dog, cat, horse, donkey, the elephant, these are the animals? Why we cannot take the name of a polar fox? Why we cannot take the name of a kangaroo rat? We do not see these organisms very often. That is the main problem of recognition of species. When the number is not more, their distribution will also not more. So they will be confined to a particular region, and in that aspect the other organisms, they slowly start forgetting about those organisms. So the number matters. How is the number? What is the number of the species? If the number is more, recognition will be more. So it is a natural instinct of every organism to increase in number. Actually, the meaning of reproduction in general, in a broader aspect, is increase in number. In a simple way, we say it is increasing in number. Right? In higher organisms, we term it with a special process, that is reproduction. But in all organisms, those who do not have a nervous system also, they increase in number. So the basic need of every organism is to increase in number. So other term for reproduction is always increasing in number. So when it is a question of amoeba, paramecium, euglena, or any organism who doesn't have a proper nervous system, those organisms also divide. Those organisms also increase in number. So it is a natural instinct for to be recognized by the other species. That is the reason they increase in number. That is the reason they follow the reproduction process. Right? So in general, suppose broadly we can divide the process of reproduction in different organisms into two types. Right? So all the organisms, they cannot follow the same process of reproduction. They have their own way, they have their own convenience, how to reproduce, what is their season, what is their convenient time. All these things will be different. Broadly, the reproduction process is divided into two categories. Okay, so one is the asexual reproduction and the other one is the sexual mode of reproduction. Clear? Okay. So now the basic differences, some basic differences are there between asexual and sexual mode of reproduction. Now what are the basic differences? First point is single parent. Single parent. Here two parents. Okay. Second difference, there is no production of, I'll write no production of gametes. The sex cells which are produced from both the parents, that is not produced here. Production of gametes. Okay, production of gametes are there. Here, no variation. Here you can find variation is there. Okay, variation is there. Right? No variation means the offspring, the fetus or the baby which is born, or the new organism which is produced from the parent, that is exactly similar to the parent. Clear? Exactly similar means they are genetically similar because the parent is one. So there is no difference. Clear? So no variation. And one more thing we can add here. These are genetically similar to parent. These are dissimilar. Okay? These are dissimilar to the parent. As there is no involvement of two parents, so one parent gives birth, or it produces, or it increases, so there is absolutely no difference in the genetic constituent. But here in the sexual mode, two parents are there, right? So definitely there will be mixing of characters and variations will be there. So they are not genetically identical.